Ryan Little.
Japan.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Daniel, and today we're in a new setting. I did recently purchase a new property with my wife, and right now is currently under renovations, so that's why I'm here back at my parents' place for now. Today I want to talk about top 8 questions that I always get on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, of course. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First question: where do you get your front bumper, and what lip add-on do you have? Now, I get this question quite often, and the front bumper, or actually the whole body kit, is actually the OEM MTEC 2 front bumper and body kit. Now, this kit was actually offered as a stock option in the ZHP performance package, and definitely you can pick up a front bumper that's MTEC 2 version for relatively cheap these days. I think they're going new around maybe 500 USD, or if you're looking for a used one, you could pick one up for as low as 150 USD. Now, a little bit about the front lip add-on that I have. The lip add-on that I have is the Arcway front add-on lip. Arcway is a Japan company, and this is a rep lip. It's the carbon fiber version. I painted it with some exposed carbon left on. This lip actually is very sought after in the E46 community, and the fitment on this lip is very tight. I still have this lip because obviously it's one of my favorite add-ons, and it's hard for me to see it go. Definitely I'm going to be trying my best to preserve it, and also try my best to repair it where necessary. I'll definitely add on the kind of links down below on where you could possibly get this lip and more information about the company. Second question that I always get is, what do you need to do in order to retrofit your brake setup? Now, this retrofit requires special brackets, especially for the front brake system. The front brake has the OEM BMW Performance rotors and also the OEM BMW Performance big brake calipers from the E90 series. In order for this retrofit to work, you're going to have a special bracket that is exclusively made by ECS Tuning. I'm not sure if they sell the brackets separately, but I do know they did offer this kit a while back. I'm not sure if they offer it now, but if they do, I would highly recommend this kit. I always get asked, what big brake calipers is that, and where do you get your hands on this kit? So definitely go check it out. And of course, I can't talk about the front without talking about the back. Now, the back brake setup is the same thing. It's a OEM BMW Performance big brake kit rear section, the rear calipers. And what you need for that to fit on your E46 is you need M3 rear rotors. You also need to cut the brake disc, just a section of it, so that it fits the big caliper itself. You also need longer brake lines. You will definitely need to explore the E90 brake lines so that it doesn't stretch. Definitely you need longer brake lines for this setup. And last but not least, we just need some rear rotor pads, and that's pretty much it. Third question that I always get asked is, where did you get your trunk? This carbon fiber trunk is actually by a company called Carbon Creations, and they also do a lot of Duraflex products. I lucked out by scoring this trunk locally here in Toronto. They have this store here called Extremeparts Canada, and I took a huge risk on going with them. I honestly didn't know the fitment, I didn't know the quality of the trunk, and I just jumped the gun on it. When I purchased it back then, it was for roughly around $500 Canadian, which was a steal in my eyes. The trunk itself, it fits great. Everything definitely works well. I even retrofitted the OEM liner, but one thing that I did not include is the toolkit that you get on the trunk. The toolkit, it stayed on for a little bit, but then it just kept on falling off, and this is an aftermarket product, so definitely something that you have to sacrifice when it comes to fitment. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to drop a link down in the description below for that vendor. Fourth question that I guessed is, where are your wheels from and what are the specs? So the wheels are actually originally from Japan. I bought it off a local fanatic here that sold it to me. He bought the wheels from Japan. I think he bought it from a local vendor, through a local vendor here called Nextmod. And these SSR Type C rims are forged one piece. They're super lightweight. They're for track purposes. And for me, I really like the kind of JDM look on the European models. So that's why I definitely recommend it. The wheel specs on it is 18 by 9.5 squared. Offset is 35. So in order for you to run that square setup, you're gonna have to have stretched tires a little bit, and I'll definitely drop down the information in the description below so that I get the numbers right, and of course so that you can get the setup right as well. Fifth question that I get asked a lot is, where did you get your angel eyes from? So the angel eyes are originally from Yumenitsa. I think I might be pronouncing that wrong once again. The Yumenitsa angel eyes, they are the Orion V2 and they're LED angel eyes. They're super bright, even during the daytime. You can see me coming from a mile away. I love this product. Definitely would highly recommend. As stated before in my other videos, I've used the CCFL version, and the CCFL version just wasn't doing it for me, especially during like colder weather. They need some time to warm up the halo because of the natural like kind of fluorescent like tube structure, and if one of your halos are not warmed up, then you'll get like a punched out look for your E46 front, and definitely is not a good look for you to ride around in. So highly recommend the LED version, and I would definitely recommend the Yumenitsa Angel Eye product. Next question. What is your exhaust setup? My exhaust setup is actually fairly unique, I would say personally. It's a combination of a couple of BMW performance parts. We have the OEM BMW performance intake, followed by SS rep headers from eBay, and last but not least, I have the OEM BMW performance exhaust muffler. I wouldn't say exhaust system, but it's just a muffler piece. So at the end, this combination really gives it really nice mature growl, which I very, very much adore and very, very much would recommend for people that do not want a car that is fairly loud. So definitely would recommend having headers and the BMW performance muffler. I am yet to get a tune still, and once I get that tune, I believe I will be punching more a consistent horsepower and torque as well. So definitely would recommend this setup. It's not too loud. The headers itself, it might cause some problems due to the fact that you'll have a check engine light, and also you will kind of smell the engine fumes a little bit if you roll down your windows. And that's because, you know, once you have headers, it automatically deletes the CAT system, and that CAT is supposed to filter out some of those fumes and those smells. So that's really something for you to kind of keep in mind if you're going for headers. Number 7. Now, the 7th question that I've always get asked a lot is, how much did the 6-speed swap cost you, and can you break it down for us? Now, the 6-speed cost setup, it varies, to be honest. The labor and the rewiring, and of course the installation of the parts, I would say back then when I did it back in 2015, it was around $1,500 Canadian, and this was done by a specialty shop here in Toronto. I'm not going to drop down their information and their name due to the fact that when I approached the owner of that shop, he specifically said not to share his price, and he was only doing it because I have been such a loyal customer for, you know, X number of years. So the installation and labor definitely varies, but parts. So let me break down the part cost for you, okay? So the 6-speed transmission, that kind of transmission piece alone cost me around $800. Drive shaft was $150, and the rear main seal was $200, and all the other miscellaneous parts such as the brake pedal, the clutch pedal, gas pedal, miscellaneous wires, they roughly cost me around $100 more or less. This was back in, of course, 2015, so parts may be cheaper today. I'm not sure how much these are going for, but it was a steal for me back then since I found a person that was parting out these cars. I'm gonna drop down a full list of what you need over here on the screen somewhere, and also some very important parts that you need in the description down below. And to be honest, I think doing the 6-speed manual transmission swap was one of the best mods that I've done. It's a mod where I enjoy it every day, and having the automatic diff, the 3.38 diff on it, really brings out the torque in the vehicle and makes it super fun and super enjoyable. So if you're thinking about doing this mod, I would highly recommend doing this. It really transforms the experience of this, I guess, E46 experience for you. So definitely do recommend it, and I might make a separate video on more details on how this actually can work out for you. And last but not least, a final question that I get quite a bit is, why do you still have this car? Now, that's actually a very, very good question. The sole reason why I have this car is I spent a lot of time and money on this, and this was like one of my first cars back in my university days. This car has gone through a lot, and I've done a lot to this car, and I just can't let it go right now. I have a lot of, I guess, sentimental attachment to this vehicle, and not only that, but it's a very fun car to drive. It's a car that has been around since, of course, the 2000s, and it's still relative today. And I could tell by the viewership from you guys that you guys obviously enjoy the E46 platform, and of course I encourage you to definitely carry on with your vehicle, with your E46 if you own one, and definitely just stay on top of the maintenance, and for sure this car will serve you for a long time. Some future plans that I have for my E46, you're gonna have to stay tuned for another video. I have some really juicy mods coming my way, and I can't wait to show you guys. So there you have it, guys. This was the top 8 questions that I always get about my E46. Now, if I haven't answered any questions, please comment down below on what you would like to ask, and I'll for sure reply you there. And if you haven't already, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more E46 content. Until then, see you next time.